Finally, a whole heap of parts have come in and we can finish putting this together. Let's get on to it. Woo!
You're on the Cody YouTube channel. Hey!
As you remember in the last video, we repaired the starter clutch and put that back together, put the flywheel on, and also fitted the new stator. So with the new parts coming now, we can put the new regulator on here. We want to also change the oil filter, change the fuel filter in here, and change the oil back here in the differential. Very exciting day. So let's get on to it. So here is our new regulator. Simple little tiny thing like that. This unit has to be earthed out. Now on my bike, I have got this earthing strap, but what I advise you to do is run another earthing wire straight from the negative side of your battery down here and screw it onto your regulator down here so that you know everything's okay. That's what I'm going to do. I've put the standard earth strap back on, and I've got this yellow one for my new earth strap. I've got my regulator bolted on the back here. I've got my footrest all in. I'm not too happy with the condition of these bolts, so I'll get some new ones from that to make it look better. Now what I did, the new earthing wire that I have put on, I've run it through the cable, and it comes out the top here for the plugs for the regulator. So when it's on the bike, you'll never see the yellow, except where it just feeds over the top to our earth on our battery. So if you're wondering what a lot of VMAX guys do, they cut these three wires off here, and then these wires that come out from our stator, they cut them off and they just join them together. Now this is a three-phase stator, and the same power is going to each one of these wires here. So it can join up to any of these wires. There's no order, okay? So don't feel worried, oh, I've got to put this wire to that wire. No, any of those three wires can go to any of these wires. This yellow will go to the earth on my battery, and this power will go to this old power wire, goes to the battery. We're going to first just connect it to see if it works. If I'm still having trouble, we'll cut this here and we'll cut it here and solder them up. So let me put let me show you what I've done. The wires, like I showed you before, come up through here. So I've ran the wires up, put some tie on there to hold it in place. Ran the wire underneath, across, and then I've connected it up to the battery there. So that's all done now. So I can put my cover on. So next, let's get the new oil filter. It's got a 13mm bolt running through the center. And there's our oil filter and our oil ring. Let's pull that out and we'll change it over. Okay, your spring, your metal washer, and this can go on either way, doesn't make any difference. There we go. And of course, don't forget your metal ring. Sits in that little groove. Like that, and we can slide it all back together. When you're sliding this back together, these two little pins here, the sticking out alloy, they slip in to the top and stop it from rotating, so when you put it back together. You know you're in the right position because I can rock it and it's hitting in between the two locating lugs up the top, so we can do it up tight now. There she is, all back in place, all done up. Okay, so I'm under my seat again, and you'll see here is the fuel filter. So it comes out this way. These rubbers still feel okay. Sometimes they become really brittle and break, so you've got to watch that when you change it over. So I'll pull it off here first, try and slide it out. Let's have a look at it. Oh, that feels terrible. Oh, look at it. Can you see there? Look at that. It's absolutely filthy, and it looks like a whole lot of rust which might be coming out of that fuel tank in there. But we're going to put the new fuel filter on for now, because I'm happy to change over the tank, but it certainly looks like rust in there. But it could just be from old gasoline sitting around. Let's change it over. We might cut this open later and have a look inside. Our new fuel filter's all in place. So now let's move on to the back and change over our oil in our differential. And so one thing I hate is the smell of gear oil. And if you get it on your clothes, it just never comes out. You stink even on your hands. Oh, it stinks, but we've got to do it. Here we go. Ah, there it comes. Actually, it looks pretty good. Looks nice and clean. Okay, let's put it all back together. There was a lot of sludge on the end of the bolt here. It's got a magnet, but there was no metal in it. So just sitting around sludge. Okay, I'm filling it up with this gearbox oil for Suzuki and Yamaha. I've used it in my other VMAX and it's always been perfect. And we only fill it up until it starts coming out of the top here. And there she is, it's starting to run out the top, so we know it's full. Oh, it stinks. Oh, it stinks. Oh. So here is our oil recommendations. I know this is a continuous discussion with the VMAX people on what oil to fill your bike with. I'm using the 10W30 type here, and the main thing is just don't use fully synthetic oil. Just use ordinary mineral oil. And I'm replacing the oil filter, so I need 3.8 litres. Or 4 US quarts if you're filling your bike. So now in our side glass here, up under here, so this is our side glass. Of course it's completely covered because we've got more oil in the sump now than is needed, because we have to fill our oil filter when it all starts pumping, and then we'll see that level come down to the proper level, and I'll show you that later. So now let's get some jumper leads on this battery that's flat and try and get it started. Okay, and here we go. I've got my jumper leads connected up, and I've got my multimeter ready so we can test the volts. So this is the first start. Fingers crossed, everything will be okay. Okay, here we go. Whoa! Perfect. Okay. Next big thing, if we've got our volts right, if our stator is working right, negative, and we should see about 14 volts. Look at that. 14.16. You little ripper. It's working. Oh, it's working perfect. It's charging. So fantastic news. Our starter clutch that we repaired is working beautiful. The stator is working beautiful. And listen to it idle now. Now that we know that the proper voltage is running through the system, it's idling beautiful. How fantastic is that? So you can see after we've had the bike running for a while that the oil is exactly in the right place. There's 2 dots. And exactly where it should be. Oh, what a great day. Everything is working fantastic than what we did. The stator is working, the starter clutch, it's charging properly. I couldn't be happier. So in the next episode, we're going to start doing our brakes on the front and back and get it working properly. Thanks very much for watching and subscribing. Always remember, drive like you know each other, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
How do I say thank you in a different language?
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you said thank you. He says that. So do it again. Thank Darren says ciao bello.
Thank you what?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sítio.